Hey guys, hola. You should have this paper now. I know it shows up backwards up there, but it should look like that. Okay, and I'm going to go through the assignment with you guys together so you understand it. Okay, so at the top it says reading process, and the reading process has 6 parts to it. Read the text, circle the cognates. Okay, pause this and somebody tell the teacher what a cognate is. Okay, third, you're going to underline vocab that you know, whether you know it already or you've learned it maybe today even. Maybe you looked it up in the dictionary. Okay, fourth one, you're going to use context clues to figure out the meaning. Now, a context clue can come from a picture, it can come from words around a word that you don't know. Context clues are really important. And 5, you're going to write the meaning in the space provided. And then 6, you're going to predict what's going to happen at the end of the story. Okay, so next part. Follow the reading process for each part of the comic below. Then draw the pictures into the comic itself. So we're going to follow these 6 procedures, these 6 steps, with each part, with number 1, with number 2, with number 3, etc. Okay, so with number 1, I'm going to first read the text. El criminal horrible se llama Gregorio. Okay, so I read the text. And after reading it, I kind of have an idea what it says. Okay, I'm going to circle the cognates. What cognates do you guys see in there? Well, I see quite a few. I see criminal, so I'm going to circle criminal. I see horrible, which looks exactly like horrible, so I'm going to circle that. Okay, Gregorio is capitalized, so I think that's a name, but it's not a cognate per se. Okay, 3, I'm going to underline learned vocab. Now, some of you might know se llama. I think you might be familiar with that from Spanish classes before. So I'm going to underline se llama because I know it has to do with names. So I'm underlining se llama. Okay, I don't see anything else that I know in that sentence. So number 4, I'm going to use context clues. I'm going to try to figure out what I don't know using what I do know. So I see horrible criminal or criminal horrible named or is called Gregorio, okay, which I think is a name. Okay, so then I'm going to write the meaning in the space provided. So, right under number 1, I'm going to write the horrible criminal, because that's how I'd write it in English, right? Obviously it's switched in Spanish, but in English it would be the horrible criminal is called, or is named, Gregorio, which sounds like Gregory to me. So, that's what it should look like. Of course, at least it shows it backwards to me, but I circled the cognates and I underlined the learned vocab, and then I wrote down what it meant. Okay, predict is the next step, but there's nothing to predict here. That comes a little bit later. Okay, so once I've done number 1, I'm going to flip back to the comic, where number 1 it says the same thing I just did. El criminal horrible se llama Gregorio. I'm going to draw a picture of that in the comic box. Make them good. I want to see good comics, okay? So I'm going to draw a picture of Gregorio, the criminal, Gregorio. Okay, you get the idea. And I'm going to give him a name tag that says Greg. And that's a bad drawing, but you get the idea. I wrote Greg on his name tag. That's showing that I understand what the Spanish comic says. Okay, and I want you guys to color it. The colors are in the cupboard. Okay, so then you're going to go on to number 2, and you're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to read it first. Gregorio es terrible y le gusta robar los instrumentos musicales. Okay, I'm going to circle the cognates. I'm going to underline learned vocab. And then I'm going to write the meaning down. And then I'm going to go back to draw it. Okay, flip to the back part of that first page. So you should see 5 and 6. I'm going to read number 7 for you guys. What do you think Gregorio is going to do on the 10th of November? Draw a picture of what will happen on the comic on November 10th. Below the picture, explain in English what is happening in the picture. Okay, make sure you do all of that for number 7. And then below that it says, write in the space why you think your prediction for box 7 is correct. Use evidence from the comic to explain. So you need to use information you got from the entire comic, why you think what you drew in box 7 here is going to happen. You need to explain it in the space provided. Okay? Good luck, enjoy, draw me some awesome pictures.